Hello, everyone. So, welcome to week 4 of Overcoming Child Trauma. I tried to release a video from home, and apparently my microphone was muted the whole time. So, I apologize for the other video and the technical difficulties. Thank you for those of you who reached out to let me know there was a problem. Please do that throughout the semester. I do rely on you for feedback if there's something not going well, if it doesn't look like something's in place where it should be. uh, Please reach out to me. Sometimes Blackboard has these little bitty buttons. If you don't push them just right, they don't work. If you don't hit an unmute button for my laptop at home, that doesn't work. So thank you again for reaching out. I wanted to say, back to that video, I wanted to say thank you to many of you for deeply sharing from places of sometimes painful personal experience or a vulnerable personal experience. Thank you for those of you for sharing that are, in the field and working and see some of these things. It's going to be very important for our class to function that people continue to be vulnerable. It just makes learning that much better for everybody. It just really enriches the learning and helps us understand the material on many, many levels that we might not encounter if people engage the material superficially. So I do thank you for that. And many of you dug in, did really well with your citations. Um, I think there's a couple of you. If you could go back in the introduction and just fully participate, those may seem silly that I include those introduction posts as part of the rubric. That's there's a couple of reasons I do, because I do want people to get used to the format and having the three responses and obviously you don't need to have a citation the first week, but the three responses to peers, I do want you all to get to know each other a little bit better. And so that necessitates people going in and seeing each other's posts. So again, the more perspectives that you're able to read, the more time that you're able to spend with the material, the more that it sinks in, the more that it makes a difference. So many of you have encountered ACEs before in the past. When I first put this class together, that wasn't the case. It was at one point where this was really not um, widely known or accepted. So it has gained traction throughout the years. I had a student in 2016 just absolutely didn't accept it at all. It was in a different class. It was in psychopharmacology, and I couldn't believe it. Was like, there's nothing out there that says this is all just some propaganda. And so I pulled up in class, I pulled up that there were at that point over 100,000 studies that cited adverse childhood experiences in the literature on Google Scholar. So I was like, this isn't going anywhere. This science is very solid. It has coalesced between our neural imaging understanding, our understanding of human physiology, our understanding of human psychology. It's not going anywhere. So, and it has begun to influence policies over the past 10 years, which is exciting. It should. And the reason why that people if you're in Oklahoma, when they do an assessment, they ask about ACEs now. It was not originally intended to be an assessment. I'd say that's a weakness. I indicated to a few of you, some of the weaknesses that talking about the ACE study. One of the ones that the authors will talk about readily is it's not meant to be an assessment. It's really identifying risk factors at this moment. So it's an epidemiological survey that wasn't meant to screen in, oh, you're going to have a health problem, you're going to have a mental health problem. That wasn't really, it's not determinate, it's not fate. Even the authors will tell you this isn't fate. Yeah, the statistics are sobering, but it's not somebody's fate. There's a lot of things that happen that make people resilient. Not everybody that goes through, and some of you noted, not everybody that goes through difficult experiences as a child are going to, then illustrate, some of the more damaging and dysfunctional things that can come from uh, ACEs. I would say that when people respond to or cope with ACEs, oftentimes that's done out of a survival, and it's done. Maybe it really helps in the short term. What happens is sometimes these strategies don't help over the long term and can be really damaging. So anyway, I really appreciate that. I just wanted to say those few things before we move forward. If you didn't engage in the first discussion post, please go back. I am considering the first couple of weeks here for full credit if you didn't get it. So anyway, keep up the good work. I'm proud of you all. It's been good so far. And again, please keep reaching out if you see trouble. See you soon or talk to you soon online.